Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Padawan. In today's video, I'll be showing you how you can create custom buttons in SwiftUI for your iOS and macOS applications. So here's the button we're going to be creating on the right side of the screen. You can see this button has white text that's bold and larger than usual on the blue background, and it's also a rounded rectangle. So if these are the kind of buttons you would like to implement in your user interface, then be sure to watch the rest of this video, and we'll show you how to create this now. Alright, so we're within our application. You can ignore those errors on the side of the screen. We're going to address those right now. But the first thing we're going to do is create our button. So you can do that just by typing the button keyword, and then we'll have an open parenthesis. And when you tap a button, it's going to do something, and that's going to be called an action. So we need to let Xcode know what the action of our button is. And we can do that by specifying action, then having a colon. Then we'll have parentheses for which we'll actually pass in the action. So here we will print hello world. And that's simply the action that's going to happen when our button is tapped. And the next thing we need to do is actually tell SwiftUI and Xcode what our button is going to look like. So we'll add another open curly bracket, and then we'll just hit enter and it'll auto indent for you and create the closing bracket. And here we're going to have a text that says create this button. Alright, now you see the errors are gone and we're able to see our changes in real time on the canvas, which is good. That means everything's working properly. The first thing we want to do is make this font on this button bigger. So we'll go down the line and then type a period and it'll automatically indent this for you. And we're just going to say font, and then we'll pass in what kind of font that we want, and you can see all of your options here. Let's make this font large, so we'll make it a title. And then you can see that the font gets larger. The next thing we're going to do is actually make the text bold. So we'll use the font weight attribute for that. And for the weight, we'll pass in bold because we want to bold it. But you can also do italic, thin, light, semi-bold. I just made a mistake. This isn't where you can italicize, but you can make it thin, light, medium, semi-bold, or bold here. So we'll make that bold. Then the next thing we're going to do is change the background color of our button. And we can do that with the .background attribute, and then we can pass in the color, and we'll do color.blue. And then we'll just wait for a second, and you can see that our text by default is blue, and we just changed our background to blue, and now you can't actually read this button because the text and the background are the same color. So we're going to get around that just by changing the color of the text, and we can do it with the foreground color attribute, and we'll just do color dot, and we'll make our text white. The white on blue should look good, and there you go. Now we have our button and it's readable. The next thing we're going to do is make this a rounded rectangle button, and the attribute to do that is called corner radius, and you'll pass in a number specifying how drastic do you want the corners to be rounded essentially. So if you want them to be not very rounded, you can pass in a number, say 2. But if you want it to be very rounded, you can pass in a larger number. I think a good middle ground is around 12 or 13, so let's pass in 12. You can see we have a nice rounded rectangle. And you can still see the frame around the button, but as soon as you click off the button, that frame disappears. And the last thing I want to show you how to do is to add a line limit. So let's say you have more text. So create this button and then something happens. Let's say you want all of this on one line, or you just want a line limit in general. You can add this line limit attribute and pass in how many lines do you want this to be on. Now you can see here there's too much text to keep it all on one line, but there's just a meaningful attribute for you to know. I'll delete this extra stuff here. It's a good attribute to know if you want to force it to be on a maximum number of lines, and then it will never exceed that number of lines. So that's the easiest way for you to create nice looking buttons with SwiftUI and Xcode. So thanks for watching, and please like, comment, and especially subscribe. We're a new channel and we're trying to grow. So please click that subscription button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.